Hey, how you guys doing? It's producer from Brothers Comics. Welcome to What We Missed in Wrestling, our old school wrestling podcast. We are back to our March Madness, even though it's April, round of 64 greatest tag teams from 1985, kind of sorta, to 2001, kind of sorta, on the line tonight. Again, it's the two grapplers, the high flyer and the ground and pound. They'll figure it out. It's Magnum BB. What's happening, man?
Hey, what's up? Yeah, it's funny because this was going to be the March series and holding off WrestleMania, which is now come and gone.
Yes. March is
But
gone. WrestleMania is gone. Yeah,
whatever.
we're behind. It's okay. Well, I mean, hell, honestly, the freaking championship game ain't March Madness no more. It finishes in April. So what the hell?
Mm.
Hutch,
It's
what's happening, man?
just like the November Classic for
Yes, exactly. Mr. October and the World Series is in November. Get out of here with that shit. Hutch, what's happening, man?
What's up? What's up?
So why you have why do you have an AEW background because or Ring of Honor, which is worse?
Hey, it says live Friday, April 7th.
When I tell
Oh,
you
that's
to
the
not
Battle of
watch
Belts. That's the discount Clash of the Champions.
Clash of Champions,
I
yeah.
watched. I actually watched the first Clash of Champions. That was a great show.
Yeah.
Um,
What was that, like 87, 88?
I think it was like '88.
Okay.
Because it was right before. It was a little bit before Sting got hurt, so it was like right before what we were watching. But it's actually great.
That's
And
this
then the second one was okay,
yeah.
but that's where the second one, which I think would have still been '88, they had like Nikita come back with hair, and he
And
was like, "Let
skinny.
me tell you what I do. You have you get stay in school, children. You I'm like, what? Who is this?
That
Yeah,
would be
the
terrible.
real aspect and the fake aspect of Nikita Koloff didn't quite
Nice.
translate
And
together.
and I actually quote unquote kind of watched WrestleMania. I knew I was like, they're gonna let Cody Rhodes win. No.
Don't you believe it?
Yeah. I watched night one, and night one is actually was really good. The women's match was really the Charlotte Flair and Rhea Ripley match. I mean, I think I was texting y'all through, because Rhea
You
Ripley got
you
cakes.
definitely tested once.
Yeah, yeah, Rhea Ripley got cakes. And the tag match with the Usos and Owens and Sami Zayn or whatever. I mean, it was fine, but I mean, it's WrestleMania. It's all spectacle. There's more business going on with the WWE, behind the scenes now with the sale or the merger with UCF and whatever. But we'll get to that at some point, I guess. Tonight we're going through rounds 2 and 3. We're going to go from 32 teams to 8 to get down to the Elite Eight. We do have the simulator again, which we're going to try to show on screen. We'll see how that goes with us and technology. But we're going to get down to those final 8 teams today. We'll run the simulator on many and most if we can, and but there shouldn't be that much debate on some of these matches. All right, so here we go, y'all. If you didn't remember, we show y'all the matchup. If you're watching on YouTube, we'll kind of talk it out based on what we think, and then if the business of wrestling would interfere in this, if this was a real tag team tournament. All right, y'all. Round one in the NWA WCW region, the number one overall seed, the Road Warriors, after their fresh win over the Lightning Express. They move into the second round to fight the number 9 seed and the two singles to form a tag team. It's Lex Luger and Barry Windham. Again, it's the Road Warriors in a walkthrough, right?
To me, this is a lot. This would be like that Halloween Havoc or whatever, where they had the tag team tournament against the tag teams of the four biggest guys or the eight biggest guys.
Mm-hmm.
And the Road Warriors made it through there. So, yeah, I have to think.
Yeah,
I
Road
have to think
Warriors.
There's
the Road Warriors.
always they Road Warriors should win, sure. I mean,
Yeah,
for business, for whatever.
yeah. I think this is the kind of classic Road Warrior match where they fight a babyface team, even though they're kind of baby faces themselves. They give them a little bit more than they would anybody else, but they still wind up with somebody's getting clothesline and power slam and pin clean. There's no cheating or anything like that.
I'm
Would
gonna
that be
say
fair?
Barry Windham for 100.
Yeah, I would probably say so too. Yeah, It's fine. Yeah, Road Warriors get through.
So what was
Next
the
match.
setup from the first round was didn't Wyndham got injured
Mm,
allegedly, and we projected a heel turn.
That's
Would
what
you
you.
care to know
right.
what the simulator said?
Yes. Yes.
So
You want
speaking
to
of
run
heel
it?
turns,
Here we go.
in the
Let me see if I can.
6 minute Luger and Wyndham not able to continue, double injury done.
Done.
Damn, that's a cool
Wow.
result, kind of. That's
Okay.
different.
Nice. Yeah, that's pretty wild. I, I I went back and looked at that too on like if Wikipedia tells you it's the same, because we had said like, oh, if Wyndham and Luger are together, that means this is when Luger turns on Wyndham and joins the Horsemen. I went back and looked on that in Wiki or whatever. That was literally like a 3 month babyface run before he turned. I mean, they weren't together very long, as this, I think they were calling them the Twin Towers or whatever because they're
How
both
many
so
different
tall.
twin
But yeah.
towers were there?
Yeah,
uh,
yeah, it's not a good look. Right.
who's
So if you're
called
on YouTube,
Dusty
you can
doing
see.
the booking?
It looks like Barry
Yeah.
Windham might have got his lariat, which was great. That was a great move, like the Texas
Yes, for
guillotine.
sure.
But yeah, they both get injured, and then apparently the rules of the game are Dunsky because that's ruled to count out 6 minutes. Road Warriors in a squash, a very heel-esque
God.
squash where both their
Yeah.
competitors are injured and unable to continue.
Beat them
Just
like
Yeah,
like
smoke.
good.
buried the competition. This was the U.S. title picture now completely dominated.
Yeah. Again,
Well,
they are
I
the
picked that
number
one
one
right,
seeds for a
but who
reason.
didn't?
Yeah, you were good. You were good on that one. All right. Let's go back and we jump back in. All right. To the next round in the WCW, WW, or WCW NWA region. It's
This
the
is
British Bulldogs, y'all,
this is
versus
gonna
Nikolai
hurt.
Volkov and Iron Sheik. Okay, so going through this, you could find this match if you wanted to. Like, we could easily see it and pull a YouTube and watch the Bulldogs wrestle Nikolai Volkov and the Iron Sheik. By the time that happens, though, the Bulldogs are like kind of champions and or are chasing, and we're also close to in Matilda territory, according to the internet. So
who
Volkov and
took
Sheik
who,
are
who took
kind
the
of
belts off Volkov and Sheik originally? Because they got it off the U.S. Express and then they disappeared, or then it became Dangerous Dan Spivey. Well, he wasn't dangerous at the time, but
yeah,
Danny
it's
Spivey
Danny
pretended to
Spivey.
be Barry Windham, and they still had
Mm-hmm.
Mike Rotundo.
Yeah,
They didn't
awful.
win the belts back.
Yeah,
Was it the
no, I don't
Bulldogs?
believe
Like,
it was.
is that
I don't think
your
so.
WWF?
Yeah, our WWF history that would be more closer to Hutch. I don't think so. I
The
think they might. No, I
Sandman would
think.
know
I
more than
think
I
no.
would.
No, I think they might have lost them to. Oh God.
Oh,
What's that? And I can't
actually,
remember the name of it. Was
oh,
that
you're
Greg
right.
Valentine?
Yep, the Dream
Yeah, Greg
Team.
Valentine. Yeah,
Yeah,
Greg
so the U.S.
Valentine and
Express
Brutus
did get
Beefcake.
him back. They lost at WrestleMania. They did get him back, and then they lost to the Dream Team, which,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
and
Valentine and Beefcake, right?
yep, and
Yeah,
then the Bulldogs had a damn near 300-day run after that.
yeah. So I mean, yeah, they're again anything that's before Dynamite getting hurt. Good times. So who we taking here? I mean, my note says simulate, but I mean,
I
it's
put on the dotted line the British Bulldog.
yeah, that would be my thought too. You got a clear heel and clear babyface team. Send them home happy kind of era. Although they do like to screw the Bulldogs too.
Oh yeah, they
They
got screwed a lot.
used to get screwed pretty bad. So
Matilda was that dog, right?
Mm-hmm.
the British Bulldog, yes.
I mean, obviously the true tag team was the Bulldogs here, and Nikolai
Yeah.
and the Sheik they were the foreign menace, and you could
Wasn't the
they
Iron Sheik
were
from
they were
California?
their appeal was to wait to see who was going to kick the shit out of them eventually. So
Yes. Okay.
I would go with Bulldogs here.
I could take Bulldogs.
I think we're about to get beat, but whatever. Damn.
Run that semi.
Run
So
it.
are we going with our choice or the simulator?
Let's see the semi on this one. Because I did have that there.
Okay.
I
So
know.
Let's see if anything interesting happens. A lot
I
of
hate USA. I hate
lot
USA.
of double teaming to start.
USA.
It's going. Oh,
Oh my
there's a
goodness,
2
it'll be a
count.
draw.
Iron Sheik goes for the pin in the 12th minute.
Nice.
More double teaming.
Oh, damn.
Uranium backstretcher. Davy Boy does not
Does not submit.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Still going.
19
Bulldogs double teaming.
minute.
Oh, but it looks like the Iron Sheik reverse all that, or Iron Sheik took them. Oh, they got tag team. Both rolled defense, and the Iron Sheik monkey flipped somebody. This is
Yeah, that's some shit.
And then
21 minutes.
in the 21st minute, Dynamite Kid gets counted out. This might have been like Dynamite breaks his back on the way out.
Oh, jeez. I knew it. Always. That sounds right.
Referee is Honest Abe, so
I think that's actually for the next match. But
oh, sorry. What do y'all think? I mean, we taking that?
I mean, I say let the simulator.
I mean, that's a credible ending because that was pretty much the downfall of the Bulldogs, right? Once Dynamite was gone,
yeah,
like they were a great tag team, and Davey Boy went on to be like a upper mid card, a solid singles.
Yeah.
But they were always more appealing as the Bulldogs, and once Dynamite was out of it, it was, that was the end of that era. So I think that's a reasonable outcome.
That's
all right. So we're gonna take Volkov and the Iron Sheik then.
All right, I don't want to take them, but
on a count out.
So all right, hold on. This was match 2, right?
Yes, sir.
Match 2. Okay.
I think I know how that is going to
go. What did we do? All right.
I ain't talking about you. Talking about them foreigners.
The foreign ministers.
More foreigners than the other ones.
Next up, Ted DiBiase and Dr. Death, the number 3 seeds, versus the Russians, the 6 seeds. Yeah, I mean, I think I sent my note to y'all was simulated as well. I really don't know who would win this match. Like, I mean, honestly, because the business of wrestling would also tell you that Dr. Death ain't going to be there long because he's going to be in Japan. Wrestling would also say, you know what, we got the Russians in it. We've already put one foreign menace team through. Like, I think that might be enough, but I don't know.
I mean, if you think about it, like this Dr. Death and Ted DiBiase team is when they were basically the top 2 baby faces in the UWF.
Right.
Versus the Russians, the height of the Russians is like just like this is just before the rock and roll's coming in. So they were kind of they were at the top of a sort of not wonderful tag team division, and this was not going to be Nikita, full power Nikita at this point. So from that perspective, I'd have to go with Dr. Death and Ted DiBiase on this one.
I went with Dr. Death and them too, because I didn't know which 2 was going to be in for the Russians. Or you might actually be fighting.
I mean, I assumed it was Ivan and Nikita.
It's Ivan and Nikita, and we definitely know Ivan's getting pinned. Okay, we do know.
A Stampede Power Slam or what was Dr. Death's thing?
Yeah, the Oklahoma Slam.
Oklahoma Slam.
Yeah, Oklahoma Slam. Nikita or on Ivan.
Well, DiBiase had the sleeper or the $1 Million Dream in the WWF.
No one goes out on a sleeper.
But then but remember, because he used to be babyface some places, and then he'd be heel other places because he had Maggie May, like he has on there, his glove.
He had the glove. I forgot about
go to the tights. Yeah, he had Maggie May, man. Even when he was a babyface.
Only Maggie May's Rod Stewart.
Well, I think that was implied. So, yeah. All right. Also turned out to be a terrible person in life, stealing money from children. But anyway, I'm okay with Dr. Death and them moving through without
I put Dr. Death and them winning. But
that's fine. Okay. We can do that. What's the simulator had said?
So the simulator says at the 4-minute mark, Nikita Koloff counted out.
Yeah, a good way to get them out of the tournament with keeping them strong. I'm perfectly fine with that. That sounds 4 minutes though, but I guess you wouldn't expect a long match with any of these dudes because who's selling? DiBiase.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
works.
Okay.
I can go for that. That keeps my brackets. I got 2 out of 3. It be
Nice. All right. Next up in the last match in this region,
oof.
the
Yeah.
Steiners versus Kane and the Undertaker, the Brothers of Destruction, or something to that effect. Uh, Scott
Man,
Steiner or
that
Rick
dude, one of them
Steiner.
dudes is the mayor.
Well, and one of these dudes is in the news for a terrible reason this week. So yeah, not good at all.
Oh,
Yeah.
is he in the Tennessee legislature? One of the
No, not that. Well, no, Kane is like the mayor of Knoxville or something like that, or
All
something to
right.
that effect. No, at a Wrestle Con or
Oh,
something.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Yeah.
yeah. Rick Steiner was uh dead
Not
naming,
not an
bad shit
ally.
talking a
Not an ally.
yeah, a trans wrestler in
He
a
what?
terrible way. He was bad mouthing a trans wrestler that works for I think for Impact. Actually, matter of fact,
Rick
last night
Steiner?
because yes, I saw it. I saw Impact happen to be on. I was just flipping through the channels and I saw that lady on because she's a wrestler, and there was some kind of back and forth between her and some other wrestler, and I was just like, why do I know that name? Because I never watch Impact, and I was like, oh, okay. But yes, he did that at a thing right before, some con right before WrestleMania, unaffiliated with the WWFE, and yeah, not in the news for that. But we'll take him at his wrestling point right now. I'll save that. I'll save my hey, this person's a jackass for one. This match is coming up here
Well,
soon.
there's a whole bunch of jackasses,
You
but
know that's
sure.
right, Sean.
Mm.
So all right.
Nice.
So what do you think? This is a tough one. It really is. You got a
Um,
clear heel and babyface though. I think
Steiner. Well,
you
at
have
this point, the Steiners were, yeah.
you have
I'm putting
massive.
Kane and Undertaker over.
Wow. I'm not. I'm putting the Steiners through because they are the more established tag team.
I mean, particularly this picture is more like what we've been watching in the pay-per-views, and um they're not. I guess they did have a fuck finish against like the Varsity Club or something, but
Mm-hmm.
they've been put over pretty strong so far. And for this is where I think the downfall of the two, the two
Singles.
the two
Two singles
singles
that form a
versus
tag
an
team.
actual tag team, and you can't go like it's brother versus brother on one side, so you can't even like put that on Kane and the Undertaker storyline brothers. I
I almost
understand
spit
that.
my quality drink out.
So I go with Steiners as well.
I'll add a layer to that too, and it's not like they're wrestling like the Rock and Roll or the Fantastics or somebody like that. Like
Right,
they're
right.
wrestling a tag team that can beat the shit out of them like legitimately, and I think that would put them over. So
Steiner
I'm
getting pinned.
I'm taking the
Or
Steiners.
Rick Steiner getting pinned.
You know what? That one you can simulate for sure. I'll give that back. That one I'd like to see how that ends. That
If it's another DQ, there's gonna be some problems though.
All right.
yeah.
First
Again, if
minute.
you're on
Oh,
YouTube, you can see.
Tombstone in the first minute.
Come on, son.
It's too early, but Scott
Oh,
Steiner is on the outside.
mm,
Let's see. Then we get some back in the ring, some Steiner double teams, diving bulldog. I think that's his finish.
mm.
Double team does nothing. Another diving bulldog. So Kane got one there.
Mm-hmm.
He can
Looks
take
like
it.
Kane got two of them.
Oh, he
Nice.
can take it.
More double teaming. Choke slam from hell from
Damn
Kane.
it.
Yeah.
12.
Uh, More
Damn.
choking, double teaming,
This is a match that shouldn't get over like 12
more double
minutes.
team. Another tombstone.
Tilt-a-whirl
Oh.
suplex.
Oh yeah, that's a good move. Undertaker. Oh, yeah, because I was gonna say he ain't doing.
Nah, I see it.
Oh,
Reverse
fuck.
flying lariat
One,
into a
two.
power slam, and that's that sick Rick Steiner like power slam.
Yes.
Like I'm standing here right now, and then you're getting power slammed.
I'm not.
1, 2,
Yes.
3. Undertaker pinned by Rick
Nice.
Steiner, reversing
Oh.
the flying lariat into power slam.
Ooh.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Good.
Damn it,
That's it.
Jim.
That's it. Man,
The
come on.
AI.
Again,
You
I
can't
agree.
argue with the
Yep.
AI.
Yeah, again,
Fuck
the, the
Ocho.
more es- the more established tag team that is also a couple of badasses, I think would win this match too.
Yeah, I think
Undertaker not getting pinned. It
you
would
hit on
definitely be
something
King.
there too. Like, they could go like toe to toe with them. I mean,
Yes, they you know.
they're not as tall, obviously, but
Mhm,
I could definitely see Rick Steiner power slamming Undertaker, and it would be awesome
mhm.
to see. Yeah, that
Yeah,
would have been a good match to
yeah.
watch.
Like they would sell for these two dudes
Hmm.
because they're the Steiners. Like they're not selling for Ricky and Robert. So yeah, I get. All right. Let's move into the
Mm.
two singles that are a formed a tag team bracket. The number one seeds are the Outsiders, Kevin Nash and Scott Hall, versus the fake ass Outsiders or the fake ass NWO Degeneration X. Once again, I think I said this on the last show. DX, I don't get it. Like I don't get it. This is the greatest probably business of wrestling match ever because nobody's gonna want to get pinned. Like the four of these dudes, this is the click. This is the biggest backstage group that had all the power between two organizations. Like, I mean, this is it. And who the hell's getting pinned, Magnum BB? Because
Um,
I don't think anybody would willfully get pinned, even if putting their friends over.
yeah, I mean it would come down to Triple H or Scott Hall because the
Yeah,
other two clearly are not,
yeah.
despite the fact that I think they lost their match earlier in there. Um,
Mm. It's a
yeah,
tough one.
I mean this is
And
This is tough. By the way, the Outsiders got here by defeating the Hollywood Blondes. DX got here by defeating the Impact Players.
yeah, I think that I mean realistically Scott Hall was never a world champion. Everyone else in here has
Mm.
been. I
Ooh,
guess I would
that's a
go
good point.
DX over Outsiders.
yeah, I say Scott
Wow.
Hall has the best chance of taking the extra money for getting pinned.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's a bad joke in there.
Or
Ain't no
or
joke.
or this would sound like a DQ all day type of one too.
Can't. Yeah, this is a run for sure.
Well, you don't need
But
to flip over because it's not interesting to see. It was in
uh,
fact a 30-minute draw, but
mm,
the
who won
DX
on
like
points?
doubled up points 307 to 132.
Wow.
Yeah.
So we're putting DX through then.
I
That's it.
picked DX.
Wow. I'm okay
Woo!
with it too. Wow. 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 Wow.
Nash was thinking
Wow.
about being in movies at the time, so he wasn't worried
Mhm.
about wrestling.
I mean, look, you go business or wrestling or whatever, depending upon the time this was, you couldn't trust Scott Hall.
You
Yeah.
couldn't trust
You know,
Nash either. He,
Nash, I don't think
he
he
would be
has
missing
any
planes and
bad
shit.
habits.
Yeah.
I don't know about. I hadn't heard that one, but I know or Scott Hall had some concerns, and they had to manage him a lot.
Yeah.
Most
Rest
of
in
these
peace.
other dudes didn't have those types of concerns and issues. So the first number one seed goes down. Down goes the Outsiders. That's kind of surprising. All right, I'll take it though. That's fine. All right. Next up, the Harlem Heat
Ugh.
versus the Mega Powers, Macho Man and Hulk Hogan.
And Elizabeth.
Okay, so I said before that I'm gonna hold my hey, I ain't putting these people through because the person's a terrible person and I allowed the Steiners to go through. Yo, fuck that. Hogan ain't going through. Not on my bracket. I don't care. I don't care what AI says because hold on a sec. Because this is how I feel.
Can you actually play that?
I don't know if
I hope
that
so,
link
but
is not there. Hold on, because this is also how I feel too. Cause yeah, no, this is not acceptable. Not acceptable at all.
If that's not acceptable, you also saw the show about the Road Warriors being not friendly toward brown folks. So
That was animal.
Well,
Hawk.
guess what? Animal's a
I think it
road
was
warrior.
Animal.
You think they
Yeah,
had
that's fair.
a different opinion?
Probably not. but
Exactly.
still.
So
Hawk
if
would
we're
Hawk didn't
worried
give
about how
Hawk
they
was
felt
like,
about
"Oh, you
black
got
folks,
cocaine? Word.
right? If we're worried about how they felt about black folks,
You got crack?
shit,
All right, we're
right?
good."
There ain't no this shit is over already.
Hold on. Let's see if I can pull this up. I had it up earlier because I had to take the link. Now that's Booker T talking about it. I don't want to hear that. I want to see it.
So this will be banned on YouTube, but for the other format.
Well, I mean,
How
it
can
was
it be
on.
banned on YouTube? It's already on YouTube.
It's already on
But
YouTube.
they won't
Are
let us,
banning
we don't get no
that?
money. Or no, we ain't getting
Oh,
no money anyway.
oh, wow.
Yeah,
I know,
yeah.
right?
I can live with that.
Yeah.
I
Well,
can't.
while you're
I
looking
can't.
for that, I mean, this one is interesting because I think Harlem Heat. I mean, they were a great sort of transition from the old school to modern era team for us, particularly being WWF marks, and to see like a black team actually pushed. Unlike Doom, in retrospect, we have not seen them win a big match so far. So
At all.
Um, so I would love to say they should win, but by the same token, you do have the biggest names in wrestling of an era against them, and Stevie Ray never really amounted to much. So, like, I could put Booker T on the same level. I'm fine with just putting the Hogan ban on, but from a wrestling perspective and probably a business perspective,
Mm.
I can't imagine Hogan saying that don't work for me, brother, or that don't work for me,
Yeah,
whatever he might
yeah.
refer to
Doesn't work for me,
everybody.
brother. Yeah, I get you.
But yeah, but I have no problem if you are the producer of the show, if we want to enforce the ban, but we can go see what the computer wants to say about it.
I definitely want to see what the computer says. Okay, but if we use the same rule of the Steiners being a great tag team, beating a team of two singles that's making a tag, then it should apply here too.
Yeah. I mean,
But
you can
but
say
that
that, but
business thing though too.
I
The
could see
business thing,
Booker
yeah.
T and Macho Man being a fantastic matchup. And again, that would be a
Yeah, for
match I would
sure.
love to see. But Stevie Ray against Hulk Hogan,
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I would. I put down Hogan and Macho winning because of
The
whatever.
business,
I see a leg drop coming
the
on
business.
Stevie Ray.
Oh no, I mean, look, and we all know if the Mega Powers were to lose, it's definitely Macho.
oh yeah, please.
Like it's definitely
Macho
Macho.
couldn't
Like
win
Hogan's not getting
against
pinned
Hogan,
by
let
no.
alone like
Yeah,
come
yeah. Again, I mean, because again, it's this, y'all. Yeah, fuck Hulk Hogan.
on.
Um,
I like the
so
hair on that actually.
yeah,
That's pretty
Why ain't
generous.
one
of
of
him.
them power slamming him? That'd have been a better picture. But
Speaking
whatever.
of power slam, do you guys like that Power Man mini or the other
Yeah,
one?
that's nice.
Very
Yeah,
nice.
that was nice. That was definitely. Yeah, that was nice.
Oh, he might
All right,
actually be here.
run that simulator. Nice.
Let's go. I picked.
You're on
Hogan.
YouTube. Nice, sweet.
Yeah.
It
Stupid
makes me
screen.
think of that stupid
All
kid
right.
show where they
You
faked
can
it in
send
there.
it
But go
over.
ahead. Let me pull it up. Sorry, add stream. I think the Heat are gonna win. Harlem Heat,
All
not
right.
Miami.
So we start off fist and fire everybody in the ring.
Mm.
Scissors kick, always good. Hogan cheating with the throat lift, obviously.
Shocking.
Then Macho and Booker T, more double teaming from the Heat. Fans are starting to chant boring.
For real?
Boring. Oh, bear hug in the 9th minute.
Oh,
Boring.
oh yeah, rest hold.
Oh, Hogan gets a C, of course. Hogan gets in a bear hug. What do you think's
Of
going to
course.
happen?
Mm.
All right,
Get off
Booker
me,
T on
N-word.
the outside makes it back in.
Stevie Ray, come on.
Oh boy.
NA, but
Booker T
attempts
is
to
a
defend
10-10
against
champ.
NA. Booker rolls the ropes and gets nothing. Yeah,
Nice.
that was the shit too in that game. Like,
Yeah.
oh, ropes! I got like 5 p. Booker gets the pin attempt on Hogan, kicks out at 2.
He kicked him out. No way, brother.
No Hulk up.
Literally, no way, brother.
No way, brother.
And everyone looks like they're in their own. More double teaming. So a lot of double teaming from the Heat.
18 minutes.
Oh, Slapjack. Yeah, I think that's his finisher in this.
Or Spinneroonie.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's gonna
Macho
go to a damn
Slam.
draw. This is the only way they get out of it.
Booker T, another 2 count on
On Macho.
Hogan. Oh no, on Macho.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Here we go.
Yeah. Getting
Pile
into the.
driver.
Uh-oh.
Mm,
Mm.
Double team.
Get to the finish.
oh,
No.
Flying
Booker
elbow
T
drop
was
on Booker
pinned.
T. 1, 2, 3.
3. Damn.
At the what minute? 24
24th minute.
minutes.
It was the
Overbooked.
folks in attendance said this is one of the better matches on the card.
Wait a minute, where are you getting this extra commentary from?
No, actually, they didn't say that. There was a long
I'm
stretch.
like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
They even add in extra commentary?
Again,
Ultron
this is how we
debut?
feel. This is how we feel about this. I can't.
I
It's
picked
fine.
him. So yeah.
I'll take it. That's fine.
So Hogan and Macho go through.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's fine.
I mean, that's the
Well,
yeah, it's
I
the
mean,
Wild
so
West.
this is like now this is my feeling on like what the third Batman movie, like every Steelers game I'm like, and most of the matchups I'm like, man, if Heinz Field just opened up and swallowed them, this would be great. Now we have DX and Hogan and Macho. Like if the ring just opens up and swallows everybody,
business of wrestling would be the Negras versus DX. Like that's the business of wrestling, because now you literally have 4 I'm not gonna lose to you people in the next.
But that makes it kind of exciting.
Does it?
Yeah.
Mm.
Look, most of the crowds at these events also feel the same way that Hulk Hogan feel. But that's the
fair.
business and the real.
Okay. All right, I'm fine with it. Look, I didn't put rock and roll through. We're gonna be fighting y'all about freaking Harlem
we took
Heat.
there before that. We understand.
Yeah, if only Brother Beavis had run it. If I had teamed up the
I
Rock
know,
and
right?
Triple H, then they would have made it through. Damn it! All right. Next up, the New Age Outlaws, the 6th seed versus the Hart Foundation, the number 3 seeds. This is the Hart Foundation, right? I am not putting through another freaking DX team for Pete's sake.
I picked the Hart Foundation, and
same.
I don't know nothing about the New Age Outlaws, so
yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
If you're curious, we could.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm curious.
I'll turn it back.
So Hart Foundation goes through?
Yeah, Hart Foundation.
No matter what you see from here on forward?
Oh, come on, son. Really?
If I remember right, I think this might be... Oh, no. I remember this. I can't remember.
If anybody's taking the L, it'd be Neidhart, but
I think that is true.
Yeah, he always something.
Billy Gunn kicks out on 1 on some bullshit.
I used to lift people off the ground.
23rd minute.
Uh-oh.
Jim Neidhart was pinned by the Road Dogg on a body slam.
Come on, son. Who the hell is running this crap?
Well, so this is going to be some Italian Stallion bullshit, because this is modern era cards that they put in this game. So somebody thought the Road Dogg. So there are people that believe the Road Dogg is the best Armstrong. That's all I'm going to say. And
the best Armstrong.
We should punch.
Yeah,
we should punch those people in the dick.
Yeah,
he's an Armstrong.
What Armstrong?
He's the one on the right, by the way.
He's one of the Armstrongs. I can't remember what his actual name is, but
he's an Armstrong.
Yeah.
Louis Armstrong?
No.
All right, but the Hart Foundation goes through.
We're putting the Hearts through. Yes. Business of wrestling.
I'm not going to be upset. It keeps my bracket alive.
Business of wrestling. That's fine. All right, next up.
Man, that sucks for the New Age. If anybody has any comments, you can put them in the our chat line on the website.
On the YouTube.
Yeah, on the YouTube.
Brainbusters, number 2 seed in this region versus Demolition. Y'all know how I feel. But again, I think we watched this match, or we had will be attempting to watch this match because you could find this match literally on a WWF pay-per-view between 1988 and 1990-ish. You should probably be able to find it. You know, Brainbusters, clearly the better team, not the knockoff version of another team. You know, but man,
Kiss
this is send them home happy
versus
era for sure. This is send them home happy era for sure, though. So you gotta be kind of curious as to how this would work out. But
I picked Demolition.
I picked the Brainbusters.
I like the Brain Burst, but I like Demolition.
I
But
would
I'm
pick
Yeah,
the
honestly.
Brain Busters as well. I mean, this is just like you said,
just say it, man. Let the
They're-
liquor
they're-
flow.
they're knockoff Road Warriors, and like
They are.
Those
Yes,
knockoff
they are.
Warriors. Yes.
They're
Crusher
Yep.
Khrushchev. He couldn't even make the
yes,
roster of the
yeah.
Russians from it.
Yes,
He
they're
lost the
punk
belt to
bitches.
Sam Houston, for God's sake. Western States Heritage title.
Heritage Championship. Yeah, correct. Yeah, I'm putting them through no matter simulator. Yeah, I'm putting the Busters through. That's fine. All right, let's jump across the region here. Go ahead.
Are you curious to see? What,
Yeah, curious.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm very curious, and I'm sure the freaking Brainbusters lost. I'm sure of it because this thing loves shitty tag teams.
Jacking up my bracket.
Yeah.
in the 16th minute of the match, Tully Blanchard executes a throw out of ring. Demolition Smash is on the outside. The ref begins the count.
1,
And
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ring the bell. Brainbusters by
bell,
count
yeah.
out, which is probably how you'd have to do it.
That's
in
exactly
this
how it
era,
would happen.
'cause-
Yeah.
yeah.
In this era. I agree. That's exactly what would happen. I agree. Damn.
That's
Good. All right. We go all the way across to the regional territorial tag team region. Fantastics are the number 1 seed. Their second round match after beating the Headbangers, they get another group. They fight the Samoan SWAT team. Fantastics versus the Samoans. You could probably find this match somewhere too. I put Fantastics through.
I'm not so sure. I think they were slightly different era.
Yeah, okay.
Because I think
I
the
put the
Fantastics would have been long gone.
Yeah. Okay. I put them through. Again, they are the second best this era babyface white meat babyface tag team after the Rock and Roll Express. I'm not even saying that they're a better tag team than the Rock and Roll Express. I wouldn't say that at all. But
I might
go ahead.
say that.
You might. Oh, yeah. It's the Robert Gibson factor. Like that's basically what
that
it
is
is. I
true.
mean, I know what y'all saying. It is the Robert Gibson thing because they have like a really good tag team wrestler and they have Robert Gibson. So I get it. Like whereas Fulton and Rogers,
But the legacy
Robert
of rock and
Gibson.
roll is like, yeah, they had big wins after
Yeah.
getting their ass kicked for a year and a half.
right?
Yeah, they finally came
Where-
through.
Right. It's like Ricky's like, and I'm just using grade point averages or whatever. It's like Ricky is like a 4 and to get like an A, but then Robert is a C, but the shit average out to a B. Whereas both of these dudes is like solid B's. Like, you know, they're both B's. There's no like fluctuation throughout the semester or whatever. Like they're just steady like the entire time. Like there's not a drop off between the first one and the second one. So, but yeah, I'm taking the Fantastics here.
I'm taking a Samoan.
So yeah, I'm taking the Fantastics. Probably in some sort of like
I see a
DQ or
headbutt.
something like that.
I think
But
if
the
this was
Fantastics
actually
go through.
booked, I could see the Samoans get disqualified and the Fantastics go through.
Yes, they tried to
Something
eat
like
him.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. You know, because they're hard heads or something like that.
Yeah.
So
I'm turning it over
do
to
we
you.
need to go to the simulator?
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
Leg trip. Bobby Fulton pins Samu.
There we go. There.
21
And
minutes.
what?
20
In the
minutes?
first minute?
21st minute.
21.
Oh,
21st minute. 21st.
Oh.
Shoot, wait a second.
damn.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right.
Boo.
Here we go. Next round. We have
Mm.
We definitely could find this match. The Midnight Express versus the Superpowers, Nikita Koloff and Dusty Rhodes. Uh, I'm sure we sat through a version of this match at some point in our lives. Maybe not with Stan, but probably with Dennis. Um,
Well, no, because the superpowers was post Magnum, right?
well,
Was
Magnum's
Dennis even still
87, the
around?
accident. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think Magnum's 87, the
Maybe.
accident.
Yeah.
They're very close in terms of time or whatever from Condrey dipping and Stan Lane showing up. And again, remember the superpowers was really everything was for a season essentially over there anyway. It
Pretty
wasn't.
much.
I think we have a longer memory of it than it actually was. But in this era, Dusty and Nikita are going to win. The Midnights are going to, they're going to lose, even though they were the better tag team. So if we apply the rules that we did for the Steiners, but not for the Harlem Heat, Midnight Express should go through. But this is
I
also an era,
picked Dusty and
the
Nikita.
yeah, the Midnight. This is an era where the Midnight Express would be. They did quite a few jobs. So
In
yeah,
the I mean, in the business of wrestling move, this like Dusty. I mean, the reason Dusty, come on,
Just
like he
let it
didn't put
flow,
himself
brother.
in the heavy in the world championship picture all the time, but the reason he was such a big star was primarily, I think, because he was booking it.
But Booker.
And the
yes,
reason that they won because they won
second
one of the
Crockett Cup,
Crockett
the
Cups
second
was
one,
because of Magnum's injury and
correct.
because of the superpowers that like we can't, we've tried it. We can't watch that without getting goosebumps. But
Yes, for
there's
sure.
there's bigger stars here. Dusty and Nikita don't have to be the big stars. I think in a tag team tournament like this, I think you push the Midnight through to get, even if it's just to get matches out of whoever else. And the next round is the Fantastics, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, which is the best, like a great tag team
right.
match, like between two great
Uh,
tag teams.
Nikita is clotheslining the fuck out of Stan Lee.
That is true.
Yes, I don't
I don't
doubt
think we're
that,
not saying that, but
but I think somebody
For the
might
win.
get a
and it's
tennis
called a
racket in the
sickle,
back.
sir.
Oh, so sickle. Sorry.
But they might get a tennis racket in the back as well, and somebody gets pinned or DQ on the midnights or
No,
whatever.
somebody
So
getting
yeah,
pinned in
damn
this
it,
mess.
run them shits. Damn it, now running. We're already at 40 minutes, and we're only like barely through this round. Add the stream. There you go.
Oh.
Sometimes
Bobby
the computer gets it right.
Heaton execute hit with the tennis racket. Damn. Damn, I just said that shit. Somebody's getting hit with a tennis racket.
I mean, sometimes the
Dice.
computer gets it right.
Damn it. I'm losing my ass on this fucking side of the bracket.
Sorry. Yes. Good job. Good effort. Dang it. Back to mine. All right, here we go. To the Midnight Express move on. Simulator Rise as well as Smart Wrestling Fan. Next up, Sting and Lex Luger versus Austin and Triple H. Boy.
Damn. I want Sting and Luger to win, but I don't see it happening.
I mean,
Look at Luger in the paint.
we'd be putting through Triple H and another tag team on the opposite side of the division on the thing here. He'd be going through. He'd be in two different ones. There's that. Sting and Luger again. This is a great matchup between two singles who formed a tag team, though. Like this would have been at their peaks and heights. This would have been a really good match to see.
I would love to see this
because
match.
yeah, this would have been a solid match to actually see.
Yeah.
The funny thing, I'm looking at this picture of Luger. He looks tiny there, because he's going to get much bigger. Even in the Nitro era, he gets even bigger than that. Yeah,
I
business
mean,
of
I would
wrestling.
almost look at it from like, I think Triple H and Luger is a wash. I mean, they were like, Triple H had his era, but I think even Jim Ross's assessment of him, or a lot of people, is like he was the guy who worked with the guy. And I think you can
Yeah.
put Luger in that category as well. So it comes
Yeah,
down
that's
to Stone Cold and Sting. And I mean, we could argue it, but realistically, I'm going to just be a WCW mark here and say give that man his pay that man his money, give
Right.
Sting the win, put Sting
Let,
and
let,
Luger through.
let's keep it 100, 100.
Mm.
Sting is a better wrestler than Steve Austin. Steve Austin's a
Well,
better personality.
to be fair, Stone Cold didn't have to wrestle. Steve
Right.
Austin's
Mm.
That's what I'm
a
saying.
perfectly fine wrestler, but he didn't have to do that at a certain point.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
So,
Stone Cold, the wrestler, is
yeah,
not nearly the wrestler that Sting was,
yeah.
at their peaks of whatever. Like at the peak of the Stone Cold thing, he still was punch, kick,
Hmm.
stunner, and that was pretty much it.
The Thez press.
Whereas
Don't forget
Sting,
the Thez
yeah,
press.
I'll forget to into a punch. Um, so like I mean, Sting had more multiple moves. So yeah, yeah, again, I'm a WCW Mark II. I would put Sting and Luger through, over the what was this, the Authority or the whatever their freaking
The
stupid name
two-man
was.
power trip, is that the
Yeah, that's what it was. Good Lord.
yeah, and you got to remember
Okay.
they're heels. So this is heel Triple H
Yes.
and Stone Cold still.
Yes.
I think heel Stone Cold was not at the height of his power for a
No.
variety of reasons. So
Correct.
I'm putting Sting and Luger through.
I am
Hutch.
too.
I put Sting and Luger through as well,
There we go.
All right.
but
It's fine.
this I would love to see the simulator for
Come on,
look
man.
at
We
it.
gotta pick up the pace here. We're at
All
46
right.
minutes.
So just
We did an hour 30 a week ago.
for the record,
Yeah.
the referee is Slow Count Sam,
Mm,
and Sting gets pinned by Austin off a DDT
of course.
in the 10th
Of
minute.
course he did.
So
Yeah.
Sting gets
Of
screwed
course.
by the slow count again, but that shit didn't
Again.
happen because we put him through.
Yeah, we're putting them through. Yeah, that shit didn't happen. They put that
He
on
keeps my.
a taping.
That's the only one that got through on that bracket. Yeah.
They put them through a taping. All right. Next up, the APA with unfuckwittable Ron Simmons versus the Freebirds of Terry Gordy. Okay, so knowing that Ron Simmons is unfuckwittable, um, he's for damn sure ain't losing to these dudes with some Confederate flags on his shit.
Mm.
However, that doesn't mean that Bradshaw wouldn't lose. So,
and we have
my
I have this has been Luger or Gordy and Roberts is
yes.
who've
So,
been
but
running
when
it.
you do it that way, Buddy's there to lose, but Gordy is such a freaking wild card in this situation. I put the Freebirds through because, again, Terry Gordy makes that a completely different situation, obviously, from the other Freebirds that lost in the round one. So, thoughts?
Yeah, and I think that I mean your comment about Bradshaw or I'm sorry about Ron Simmons versus the Confederates is a good one, but he was, he came up in the WCW. That's which is kind of, I mean, he was all over, but that's kind of Gordy territory. So there may be some mutual respect
Mm,
there. If you're going to lose to Gordy, then yeah. Um, I mean, this is tough because it is like the A tag team but with one person who can go toe to toe, and then Roberts is just a fuck factor. Um,
right.
I could
Yeah.
see it going either way, but realistically, from a tag team perspective and the heights, I mean, the Freebirds are a much bigger tag team name than the
Hmm.
APA. I would tend towards the Freebirds, but I could see it going either way.
Yeah. I put the
I'm going
Freebirds through.
APA.
Hodge? Mm,
APA all the
okay.
way.
Mm. Yeah, you're going to have to run that too.
All right. So this one, I think the fans did say was actually the best match on the card.
Oh,
Goes to a 30-minute draw with the Freebirds coming
Points.
out on points 233 to 175.
damn. Damn.
Yes. Come on. Good. Good,
If
good, good.
I
That's what I thought.
stay here with you, girl.
Nice.
Fuck.
Final bracket, the WWF WWE bracket, where our number one seed are the Hardys, who in a shocking upset beat HBK and Diesel, versus the Andersons. Okay, so here my rationale here why I put the Hardys through. the Andersons at some point in time, if this was if this was a a feud, a series or whatever, yes, the Andersons are going to get a match or whatever at some point in time. But in a one-off situation, the Hardys are the better team to win through. The Andersons will probably get DQ'd or something like that, or it'll be a count out, something to that effect. Because Ole's not going to get pinned, but like the Hardys get through like that. And again, this is clash of styles, ground and pound versus the high flyers. The Andersons have wrestled this match before 1,000 times with the Rock and Roll Express and whoever the hell else. So it's not like this would be a good match of eras and in terms of like the athletes involved. But I'd put the Hardys through.
I was just thinking about the match we saw with the Andersons versus the Steiners, and Ole was like, "I don't want to fucking be here. I don't want to fuck with these people. I'm not taking any of these moves." I think this is just they're like, I think this is just a case where Ole not wanting to do business, Arn has to go make the Hardys look good, and the Hardys go over.
Yeah, I agree. 100%. Yep. Okay. We can run that one. We can skip through for that one. All right. Next up, Money Inc. versus the Dudley Boys. Okay, so on that same Impact Wrestling show I saw Bubba Ray Dudley too. Like after that, the interview segment with the lady or whatever from the Steiner controversy, and then he was coming to the ring with two other dudes to wrestle. He was going by, he owns his name, so he was like Bubba Ray or something like that. And which was shocking.
But he goes by something else in Impact, though, doesn't he?
Yeah, I don't know. He's out. What I didn't understand, he was skinny. Like he was not the Bubba Ray or whatever that we knew from back then. So yeah, he was
Bully Ray. He goes by Bully Ray.
Got it. Okay. So yeah, the Dudleys again, the better tag team over the two singles that formed a tag team, although Mike Rotunda is all over this thing as well. Like I take the Dudleys here for sure.
I would have to think so too.
I got the Dudleys winning.
Okay.
And then that's Dudley's Hardys. So
that's Dudley's Hardys, which we've seen, we can find 1,000 matches there. But it makes sense. Like that's kind of how I think it would actually kind of play out. So all right.
Does Rotunda never gets out of the second round on anything, does he?
Well, he got out of this.
He's lucky to get it. He's out to the second round.
Yeah, he's out. I mean, he's out completely now. So.
And Dusty too.
Dusty is also out now. Well, no, Dusty has one coming up here. I thought. No, he's out. Yeah, they lost to the Von Erichs. All right, and here they are now. The Von Erichs versus the. Okay, so when we said 1985, we really meant 1973, apparently, because Hutch wanted to add
or something.
Flair and Valentine as their tag. Look at the size of those belts. It was like freaking baby food. Versus the Von Erichs. So a 6 versus 3 as Flair and Valentine took the place of the Skyscrapers, who sucked anyway. So yeah.
Or look how high Kevin is in that.
They took the place of the Minnesota Wrecking Crew. Excuse me. So right. Somebody's high there. Yeah, they're all high.
They're all high.
Yeah, we went to the books, and like if the Wrecking Crew was not old enough to make the cut, then we could not make a solid argument. And after like the second to last match, Hutch's boy finally got in.
Finally,
they got in. Yeah.
Woo!
Finally. Yeah. Which was kind of funny too, because Anyway, all right. So who we taking here though? You know, again, if you're talking about 1973 Ric Flair or 75 or whatever the hell this is versus the height power of the Von Erichsdom, you know, again, Von Erichs are probably, this is Kevin and Kerry, probably the, better tag team, even though they're kind of two singles that form the tag team themselves. But, I put the Von Erichs.
I know y'all both. I'm picking Flair and Valentine. And I know,
of course, you should. You put them in the tournament when they shouldn't have been there.
Right,
for sure.
Right.
Yeah, you got it.
Damn right.
So I took the Von Erichs.
So first family of wrestling versus the Nature Boy and some other guy.
Yeah.
Hey, Greg Valentine put in 50 years of work.
Yeah, he sure has. That's
put in 50 years of work for every night for the last 50 years. That's why he looks like he's 250 years old.
Look, hey, This is a hard business. Somebody's got to do it.
Go to the computer.
Go to the computer.
Flair
Hit
will
my
get pinned of
computer.
all the people. Or
Flair
DQ.
ain't
Flair
getting
DQ.
Woo! Uh-oh.
Yep.
Come
Off
on.
a
dude.
finisher.
Pinned
off
by
the
freaking
brain
wow.
claw.
A brain claw.
The yellow
Nice.
Texas.
What a punk.
Yes.
Boo.
Yes. Good job. Good effort.
I
Nice.
demand a recount.
No.
Come on, son.
Nice. So they go through. Oh, wait a minute. Sorry. Forgot to put that stream up. I had to stream in the last match, y'all. To get us to our 16 teams.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, we got one
It's
more.
Doom versus Edge and Christian.
Doom spelled
Look,
backwards
man.
is lose.
If we ain't put the Harlem Heat through, Doom ain't getting through.
We all know. I picked Doom to win, so I know they got to win. So yeah,
we've been watching back pay-per-views. We have not seen Doom win a significant match at all. Two dudes look great in the suits or whatever, and I probably should have used this as an excuse to post a picture of them with woman, but they're not beating Edge and Christian. Then it's not.
Yeah, I mean, I remember them being much better than the current evidence upon revisiting suggests that they are.
Yes, they're just not. They just and again, and 1980 whatever, we're not know anything about the business of wrestling. I'm like, man, these two dudes are, whatever they got. But then at some point, I'm sure Hutch and I was like, hey, they keep beating the blacks, all the time. So they're not winning this match, not against this white baby
we
face.
see a black world championship damn near the 21st century. That's
Ron
horrible.
Simmons. It was Ron Simmons.
I know, but I'm saying we didn't see one.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, and we couldn't win a fucking Blackbird couldn't win a damn championship in fucking wrestling till damn near we were holograms. It's horrible.
Again, it's a keep hope alive situation, I guess. But yes. All right. So Edge and Christian are going through, and that's it, y'all. That gets us to 16. And now we're going to go right back to get to 8 here. So how do you want to do this, Brother Beavis?
All right, so I think I have the bracket set up correctly, but it's going to run the matches in a different order. And so I can run it. Fine. I think I can run it, but it's clunky at best.
You just have to find them.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to
they're all the matches are set up. So I think I have all the matches set up, but the tournament's going to go through in a semi-random order, and it has to wake up. And I'm gonna check some settings, so it might, like, if we can get the pin counts, I think we can run them so it'll
if any of our fans think that some of these choices were not correct, like the Flair and Valentine one,
who are you talking to?
Yeah,
our fans when they hear this, they can fucking make comments on the website.
They're not gonna save Ric Flair
on YouTube.
And nobody's gonna save Flair and Valentine.
I'll have
this is not. You can't use your AT&T line. This ain't American Idol. Like, I mean, it's over. Like, that's it. It got put through. So if we go back to the top of the WCW.
Well, so it's let me tell you who the first, because like I said, it's going to decide.
Okay. Well, let's do it randomly then. That's fine.
But
what's the first match?
Rewinding.
It's rewinding.
Yeah, it's. I just.
So is is that?
So
is it running?
No, it's still setting up. So I put in I put in all the teams. It's gonna. They should be all, like I said, all the matchups should be, and then it'll throw them out.
Okay, so as that's going through, I can't filibuster here about night 2 of WrestleMania, which I didn't watch. I just read about Cody Rhodes not winning the championship after this long buildup of him supposedly winning the championship. Most, or at least the Cornette people, are saying this is like Luger not winning it and not beating Yokozuna in '93 and I think it was SummerSlam. And it does feel like that, because then on Raw the next night, then they had Brock Lesnar turn on Cody Rhodes. So the feud that he would have to try to get the title or whatever may or happen. What are you going to do? Push it to SummerSlam, next WrestleMania? Like, I mean, Cody Rhodes might have gotten screwed in that regard. And again, Vince McMahon is back in some version of charge of WWF, as this deal with Endeavor went through. He's back. He was in Gorilla allegedly on Monday night, with the matches and all that. So he might be back in creative. Vince wants stars. He probably doesn't see Cody as a star. Not like that, especially with not that big ass neck tattoo. So, um, if this turns out that Cody doesn't get that after all of that, it would be kind of fitting.
I mean,
Um,
you say long build up, but the reality was, yeah, it's been a year or so, but he was out most of that.
yeah, it was
Like he
not
had
for the
2
9
matches
months.
before he was out, and he hasn't been back a month.
Yeah, the pectoral thing that he turned, but he comes back and he wins what with the Royal
Royal
Rumble, which
Rumble
got him the title
as the
shot.
30th entrant.
Yeah, as and he gets the shot. That's where he gets the shot at Roman Reigns. But I
Yeah.
mean, again, look, I mean, we don't watch enough WWE to care in that regard. But I mean, at a point, Roman Reigns is really only wrestling a couple of weeks
Yeah.
a year. You need to put the title on somebody that can wrestle more consistently. Um, but maybe you don't.
Just
And
make
people
people
are
give a
saying,
fuck.
well, I think they're saying like, oh, they want to give him like 1,000 days. He has like 900 some odd days as the champion, so they want to get him to 1,000 days before he jobs him out. But like at this point,
But
like you
they've
built
already
up
moved
somebody.
Cody into another feud that he's not going to be
Yeah,
able to
hey,
get out of
you
or
built
whatever.
him up to win. Like, so if not now, then when?
Right.
Like who's
Right.
he gonna lose it to? Like it's like serious. At that point, like you don't have anybody for him to lose it to. You built up this baby face for them to lose the title, and you didn't give it to him. Didn't make any sense. So whatever. But
All
that's my
right. So
filibuster. All
we
right,
are
we're back.
set up. The first match is Sting and Luger versus the Freebirds.
Okay, Sting and
Uh,
Luger
yeah.
versus the Freebirds. Okay, yeah, I
There,
got you.
so I've set it up. I've selected the real time pin counts, real time count outs, and submission drama options, which I'm not sure exactly what it's going to do.
Drama. Sorry. All right, run it.
So the Freebirds seem to be in control early in the match. Buddy Roberts is in the figure 4.
Figures. Who
I
the
guess
fuck
we
put
should
on
have
a
made our
figure 4?
calls before this happened, right?
Yeah, we
But
should have done that. It's okay. We'll get it back for the next one.
Well,
As
I
this is
tend to
Luger
think
running,
came.
Sting and I would
I
tend to
would put.
think Sting and Luger, but
I was thinking that as well. That was my thought, is to put Sting and Luger through.
the computer says Terry Gordy pile drives Luger for the pin.
Alrighty then.
Well,
All right.
it happened.
So who are we taking? The computer?
I mean, given that
Computer.
I think they stole one. I mean, I think there was some confusion on the start of the match. Sting and Luger were not ready. They didn't realize they were the first match or whatever,
Yes.
whatever.
Yeah, they got out there late. Yeah,
I
man.
think
They
the
let them get
Freebirds
their.
I
They
think
didn't
the
get their
Freebirds
music
stole
intro.
one.
Yeah, their music intro didn't play up. Yeah, and attacked them on the ramp. So that's fine. All right. So
A redo?
No, it'll.
that's okay. So
It's
who's
got to
going through?
turn. It's going to do stuff, and then it's going to figure out what the next match is going to be.
Who's going
Then
through?
we could talk about that, and then we can run it.
Who's going through?
I
I'm taking
got
Sting
no
and
issue with the Freebirds going through.
I got no
No,
issue with it. I mean, that's what the
Freebird.
tournament's all about. Some surprises.
They are the number 2 seed, so it's not like it's that big of a surprise.
No, well,
They are the number 2 regional tag team, seed. Well, that's not that big of a surprise.
Freebird.
So the Freebirds get to the Elite 8. I'm
Wow.
okay with that. Again, as much as I hate Michael Hayes and the Confederate flag and everything that they stand for, as soon as you put Terry Gordy in that team, it's a completely different world. Like,
pretty much.
he's literally that good and can do any and everything in any match and can have any match that you would want to have at that time too. So I'm perfectly fine with that.
And a lot of what we saw was after he had a stroke on the Japan
Yeah,
flight.
exactly. Like,
he
he wasn't even.
for the rest
Yeah,
of
he
his
wasn't
career.
even at his full strength for the most of the stuff that we saw, and he was pretty damn good. All right, what's the next one it picked? It's not done.
It's chugging.
It's weird.
It's not a powerful application, or the fact that StreamYard may also be hogging it out. I don't know. So
yeah,
currently not.
StreamYard is not.
Oh, here
not
we go.
great.
Must sound
All
pretty.
right.
All right.
The next match
go.
is the battle of the egos: Shawn Michaels and Triple H versus
Ooh.
Macho and Hulk Hogan.
Ooh.
Oh boy. Okay. So. Okay. From what we've heard from backstage people, Vince loves Shawn Michaels. Like, loves him.
Apparently.
And the other one is his son in law. From what we've heard backstage, Vince dealt with Hulk Hogan, but wasn't necessarily a fan. And then he produced a biography on Macho Man that made him look like a whole ass predator. I'm putting DX through.
I got DX going through.
I think
without all
also
that.
you look at it from the perspective of Hogan and Macho more likely to turn on each other at some point.
Yes, fair.
So I think the dysfunction from Hogan and Macho, yeah, I think DX goes through.
Okay. I'm
I
fine
want to
with
see
that.
what the computer says.
Got it.
Watching LSA
Oh, hold on. I gotta
and I'll
bring it up.
say double axe handle from Macho on.
Oh, you're good.
Triple H on the outside gets back in. Hogan leg drop.
Fuck me.
Macho's outside.
No.
Can't pin on double team Hogan.
I love
Michaels.
that game.
This is great. 1, 2.
This is like a double
So many
count.
false finishes. This would be the way this would happen in the business. That no, they would be a
I was
double
gonna
DQ or
I
double
was
count
gonna
out.
change the time limit, but I figure maybe we save that for the round of 8.
Uh-oh.
Triple H straps in the sleeper.
Mm,
Rest.
Its points are pretty equal right now.
bear hug. Ugh.
Points are very equal, so nobody can go for pins right now.
Mm-hmm. Bear hug. This is going time limit draw. This was how they would happen. This is business of wrestling.
Oh, you had him in the pin and then saved by the bell.
Yep.
Damn, that sounds like a
Yep. It's because nobody's
match
gonna
to me.
lose to the other one. What's the pointage?
I can't remember who's who, and I can't manipulate
Oh, you
these
can't go
screens.
back.
To mine. I'll get it back here in a second, but
I'll turn
I
it back
gotta
over.
wake it up.
Okay.
Huh.
I think it was Triple H and Shawn Michaels. Yeah. Oh yeah. They had 265. So DX goes through on that.
DX. Yeah, that's what we said.
Yeah, we all right. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if picking your poison there. If I had a team to have to go through, I'm taking DX. I don't want to see Hogan. Should have never made it out of the other round. But should have never made it out. All right. So as that one starts to roll up here, as DX makes it through to the Elite Eight as an 8th seed, with a shocking upset over the outsiders in round 1 there, or in round 2. So yeah, we got a 2 all the way to the Elite Eight and a number 8, and I don't think we need to run Road Warriors versus the Volkov and Sheik. I think that would be fair.
Probably not,
That's
other
if
than for
somebody getting
entertainment
pinned.
value.
Yeah, that's somebody getting pinned very quickly. I mean, if it comes up, that's fine to run it, but I think the Road Warriors move through. That's pretty easy.
I think that they're not gonna get upset by these.
I'm just gonna go ahead and kick this off, but it's the Hardys and the Dudleys is going on now.
Okay.
Yeah, dude.
Again, a match that you could absolutely find for several years.
I'm picking Hardy.
If I had Business of Wrestling would probably tell you the Dudleys go through.
Who are they? Who's on that side of the bracket? What is this setting up?
The Dudleys was set up versus
Oh,
the
so
Von
at this
Erichs and
point
Edge and
we have
Christian.
the Hardys, the Dudleys, Edge and Christian all on one side, right?
Mhm. Yep.
12-minute
Yep.
mark. Matt Hardy was pinned after Bubba Ray executed a high suplex.
Yes, sir.
Damn.
Taking the Dudleys. Yeah.
Boo.
Well, because again, the Hardys, the white meat babyface team, they're not gonna win because they're just not gonna let a white meat babyface team like that win. It's just not gonna happen. You need to have somebody with a little bit of edge and can, you at some point you need to try to figure out how you have a babyface and a, some sort of team like babyface heel kind of situation when you get into these things. So, okay. Yep, I agree with the Dudleys moving on. Nobody got any disputes about that one.
I mean, they're from the same era. they probably had an equal
Mm-hmm.
amount of success. I mean, it's a coin flip at that
Right.
point.
They
Yep.
shake hands at the end of the
Yeah.
match, and
Oh no. Yeah. If you
um,
go through it, I mean, again, shit, we could have put all three of them in a triple threat freaking TLC match. And see who won that. And the leader comes out in her thong. So I have no problem with that either.
Bubba Ray's specialty is on 3, so
Mm.
would not be a good card.
Mm. Get the tables. Yeah. I said this last time. But Dudley's, I don't get it. I don't get it. I never understood it. It's just bad. Dudley's make it all the way through to the Elite Eight, by the way, by their first round win over the fake Dudley Boys, which was Public Enemy. And then they defeated Money Inc. And now the Hardys to move into the Elite Eight. And so now we have lost 2 number 1 seeds. The outsiders going out first, and now the Hardy Boys.
So this is a good one. Dr. Death and Ted
DiBiase.
DiBiase versus the Steiners.
Yeah, that is a good match. Man.
And
I
I put
definitely.
in, I think the cards that I have set up is again UWF Doc and Ted versus like NWA 88. Like it should be a legit like Steiner card.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, so
Is that
unless
legit Steiner Power though in '88? Like, isn't there
uh
a?
they're just upcoming, I think.
Mhm.
But I mean, so the argument to make in this regard would be if you're going to claim that it was all the Steiners could do to get through Kane and the Undertaker, then maybe they don't get through here. But if you're booking the
Mm.
Steiners for the finish, you can't put them over much stronger than going through teams like this. And you can make the argument
Right.
that they're only getting through because they are the tag team over these
Right.
singles. So
Yeah.
I could see.
I'd put the Steiners through.
I mean, from a booking perspective, I would too.
Mm.
Hutch.
I mean, again, it sets up a
I
match
had the
against the Road
Steiners
Warriors.
losing to freaking Kane and Undertaker. So if I in this grouping, I would take the Steiners.
I agree.
Are we
Run
putting
them
them through?
shits. Oh,
Are
yeah,
we
I'm putting
putting
them
them
through.
through,
Yeah,
or
we
are we
could put
letting
them
the
through.
computers say?
No,
All right.
Steiner's through.
Oh,
Steiner's through. Well, I mean, again, y'all, it's up to y'all. If it already had pulled it up, that's fine.
is it our yeah?
DiBiase
I
goes for
mean,
the quick pin.
if it gave him that match over
DiBiase trying to end
Kane
this
and Undertaker,
early. DiBiase.
mm, he
Oh,
is
because
trying
they're
to
way
get
up
them
on
pins
points.
in. Yeah, they are.
DiBiase
Way up.
wants to win.
Might be
One,
it.
1,
two.
2, 3.
Football
Oh!
charge and tackle.
Over Rick Steiner. Yeah, Rick Steiner takes him. He takes a loss like a champ.
That's the '88 version of them. Scott's getting pinned. It ain't Rick. Um,
Rick always got pinned.
we
Well,
taking the computer or are we
fortunately, we
taking
took it
us?
out of the computer's hands. We put
Yes,
them
we're
on. We
good.
all three of
Yeah,
us
we
put
put
them
them through.
through. So
That's
put
fine.
'em
Yeah, Steiners are through. I agree. So the Steiners make it through over Magnum TA and Ronnie Garvin, then Kane and the Undertaker, now over Dr. Death and Ted DiBiase.
They're
They
having
are
a strong
crushing the
tournament.
and they are crushing the 2 singles that form the tag team. Magnum TA and Ronnie Garvin, Kane and Undertaker, and now Dr. Death and Ted DiBiase. So a consistent run through for them. And let's see. So we have the last 2 matches would be the Hart Foundation versus the Brain Busters and the Fantastics versus the Midnight Express and the Von Erichs versus Edge and Christian. And that would probably be the match that I would really want to see. Because the other ones we could have seen, like Von Erichs versus Edge and Christian, that would have been a really good match.
I agree.
To see.
Because
Yeah, well, I mean, that would have been a solid match between the people that were involved in that. Again, yeah, depend on where it was, but I think the Von Erichs probably go over in that match, to be fair, but who knows? All right, okay, good. Let me
So I
update
think
the
the move is
brackets
to
here.
simulate these in advance.
Yes, I think so too.
But then the
I
second
think so
round, I
too.
can't do a second round until it's set up.
Yeah, I understand, man. Don't worry about it. We're good. It's usually Hutch's hour and a half litmus test. We have like 15 minutes, so I
That's
think
true.
we're
Like we went through. Well, what was that? That was 16 matches. This, in theory, is what
yeah.
12.
20,
Hmm.
20
But and
20.
again, but we had to explain the rules and all that, so we're fine. I think we're good. And you had to be searching for those people, so I think we're okay.
You think there was just as much dead space in the first one? All right.
We can go through
This
it.
is a Fantastics in the Midnight Express.
Got it. Before we run it, uh, again, we could see this match very easily. It would set up somebody to face the Freebirds in the Elite Eight.
Mm.
Whew. Business of Wrestling would say at some point the Midnight's getting screwed here. Um, but
I don't know. The
that
Midnights and Freebird is that's like a
yeah,
Mark dream match
yeah, it
that you
is
probably never ever saw or would ever see.
right. Yeah. I because I'm sure there's a fantastic Freebirds match out there somewhere in Mid South.
Yeah,
Um, I'm taking the Midnights here.
I think so too. I mean, I think I know they wrestled a lot before we ever saw them, but we saw them at the time where the Midnight were being booked out of the NWA or
Uh,
WCW, and
yeah,
the the Fantastics were the new Midnight or the new Rock and Roll
new
Express.
rock and roll. Yeah,
So in that
with
era,
him.
you would have said probably the Fantastics, but I think Midnight.
Mm-hmm. Hodge.
Midnight.
Okay, we're taking it out of the hands of the computer.
Yeah, sure. But no, I hate that. But
uh,
Pretty Fantastics are no, the Midnights are up.
Midnights are way up.
Bobby Fulton.
Mm.
Fantastics coming back.
That's crazy. Uh-oh.
Midnight. Uh-oh.
This is a close match. Can we get an Alabama jam to end it?
Myrtle
Flapjack.
Beach backbreaker.
Nice.
Pretty lame.
Flapjack.
Oh yeah, the flapjack. What a move.
Of course. I want Myrtle Beach backbreaker again. What? Uh-oh. Ref begins the count. Tommy Rogers is on the outside. He's back in at the 7. Dang it. In the 24th minute, let's just go into a time limit draw.
Whew. Worried about staying there for a second.
Yeah, we'll go into a time limit draw. There's no way. Oh. 30 minutes. The match is declared a draw. Midnight was on the bottom there.
Yep. So we put the
Fantastic
Midnight
move on.
through. They would have lost on points.
Yes. What say we? I'm saying we use our.
Yeah, if we all said put them through, put them through.
Put them through. I agree. Midnights and Freebirds in the Elite Eight. All right. Last match. Or no, excuse me. There's two more
No, we
matches.
still got the Heart Foundation and the Brain Busters.
Mm-hmm.
We
Again, a
still
match that
got-
we could easily
technically
find.
we got the Road Warriors, Iron Sheik, and Nikolai Volkov.
Hopefully it doesn't
We got
run.
yeah.
Just
Just
get
watch we
through it.
run that and the Road Warriors lose.
We don't trust it.
Right.
But you
Well,
can't
you
trust it, Hutch. You can't trust the AI completely. Because
You
it
can't
still
trust
is.
it. 'Cause, hell, we're biased. We got more bias than the
Of course we
computer.
are.
All
Of
right.
course we are. But it should
But,
be.
I mean, you let
it
the
should
dice
be a
decide when your
combination.
biases overrun you.
It should be a combination of both. Like,
It-
well, this is
you
what
let
I think
the-
would happen, and then to see what the computer does as
You're
well.
right. This is.
I would say
Of
that
course,
we've been
like
about
I said,
right.
we've already in our universe. We've already got the Road Warriors winning.
It's gonna be it's gonna be tough to figure out who we're gonna put over the Road Warriors. I will say that.
Exactly. I mean, right.
I would say their Elite Eight matchup is a clear opportunity for them to lose. which is against the Steiners, which we actually saw.
We did see that.
So
They got
so I mean, we actually saw them
apparently
lose.
the NWA
Bridge.
1990 special finish of the back suplex, and the other guy gets the shoulders up.
Get the
They went to
shoulder
that
up there.
well.
Yeah, a lot. We've seen it quite a few times. But yeah, I think there's an opportunity for them to lose. And again, let's say the Midnight Express make their way into the final four or whatever. They have plenty of wins over the Road Warriors by DQ. Plenty. Okay. If
I
you
think
trusted
that
it out
last
like
match
that
would be
part,
a steel
they have
cage
plenty of
match.
it. So like I think there's opportunities there for them to not win it. Okay. I mean, look, the people that took them to the brink was Magnum and Ronnie Garvin, and they're not in it anymore. So
And
this is the
we're good.
Heart Foundation versus the Brainbusters.
Perfect. Who are we calling? I really don't know. I said this is a trust the computer situation. I agree. It's a
I say
setup for a
Heart
match against
Foundation.
DX. It's to set up a match against DX.
I mean, I
Heart
think going by the Scott Hall argument, like Jim Neidhart ain't never did nothing for nobody. So from that
He's getting
perspective, I'd
pinned.
go with the Brainbusters, but I'll take the computer.
Okay. Leaning on the computer here. I swear we just watched this match on a pay-per-view.
I didn't see who the slow count Sam.
Oh boy. That favors the heels.
It's tough, so it's tight match so far.
Boston Crab.
Not a lot of I was gonna say not a
Offense.
lot of pinning attempts, but
Not a lot of offense. Bret Hart gets 12 points for the pin attempt. Damn it. Hearts are running away with it on points. Oh,
pinned him
Arn
on a
Anderson
sleeper.
pin. That happens. All right. Hearts move on.
Was
I'm
that your
okay
call,
with that. I'm
Hutch?
pretty sure
I called it. They're in my top, my 8.
and I think that I mean not obviously a pin by sleeper, but I'm pretty sure that the match that we saw that they did get beat, the Brainbusters.
Oh,
By
they
the
actually got as I recall, they got the shit kicked out of them. And they
yes,
won by
yeah,
DQ. I
yeah,
think the
something really
Brainbusters
weird.
won by DQ, and it was like the giftiest of gifty DQ victories ever.
Yeah, yeah, that's terrible. All right, one more match. Hopefully, it pulls
Yeah.
Von Erichs versus Edge and Christian. So the Hart Foundation make their way through by defeating the Twin Towers. That would have been not Barry Windham and Lex Luger. The other Twin Towers was Akeem, the African Dream, and Big Bubba Rogers. Then they moved on and defeated the New Age Outlaws in round 2, and now the Brainbusters in round 3, and they make it through the Hart Foundation as a 3 seed to the Elite 8 and face the 8 seed DX in that region. Steiners in the WCW NWA region as the 2 seed will face the Road Warriors
Is that a
in
1-2
the
or what?
Elite 8. A 1-2, right. All the ones are gone except the Road Warriors. The Midnight Express defeated the Midnight Express defeated the US Express and then Dusty and Nikita. And then the Fantastics to get to the Elite 8 where they will as a number 4 seed. Is that right? Yes, number 4 seed to face the Freebirds, the number 2 seed in the regional tag team division. And now the Dudleys as the number 4 seed have moved on and defeated the Hardys, and they will face the winner of the Von Erichs versus Edge and Christian. So only one number 1 seed makes it through. Only one number and 2 number 2s. So I mean, I think if you trust the seeding,
if you saw that as a tournament outcome, that would be compelling.
right?
All right, we did get the Von Erichs versus Edge and Christian. So,
and then again, there's a Cinderella story in here somewhere. That's Von Erichs. They're or the DX is the actually damn. I hate DX. Damn, that's quick.
I guess we
The
didn't
Von
even like
Erichs are
call it,
just
but
balling. Yipes. Damn.
we didn't even
We
call it,
didn't even
but
call it. Yes, we're taking the computer.
damn.
Damn.
What
That was
happened?
Kerry Von
quick.
Erich pins
Exactly.
Christian Cage in 2 minutes is what happened.
With that claw. Damn.
For claw, son.
Damn.
So I guess I
But
clicked
again,
to
that's
get
a
us
more
through that, but
compelling matchup.
I don't know
That's
that
a
I would
more
have
compelling
made a
matchup.
call on either one of those. But yeah, that would have been a good match because I think Kevin Von Erich was always one of my favorites, and he would be a great matchup for either of these guys. And then Kerry was a beast at times. So
Yes. When he had
So
his
it's the
head on
Von
straight.
Erichs versus the Dudley Boys.
Yep.
Ooh.
So your Elite Eight teams are the Road Warriors versus the Steiners, DX versus the Hart Foundation, the Midnight Express versus the Freebirds, and the Dudleys versus the Von Erichs. That is your Elite Eight. Um,
I mean, some
I,
of our
I
WCW NWA bias crept through, but
not a lot.
I mean, how many
What is
WCW is effectively teams are there?
three,
Well,
and
but I
then
mean,
WWF?
count the Von Erichs in there. I mean, come on, Von
They're
Erichs,
regional.
Freebirds, Midnight.
They're regionals
Yeah, but
though.
that's that's not
An
well.
NWA
How'd the
region.
AWA do?
Well,
The Road Warriors should be AWA. But
Oh,
yeah,
come
sure.
on.
come on, son.
Come on.
Yeah, no. I think that works. I think it's not that. I think it's pretty decent. I think it's pretty decent. I don't think the bias was too bad. You know, and like I said, I think there is a path to the Road Warriors not winning the thing. Like I think there is. Again, probably most importantly in this matchup that's coming up. So, all right. We got into the Elite Eight. Part 3 will get us down to our championship team here. We'll have saved Brother Beavis from having to run like all of these simulators. Because that was not that many. So, any real surprises that you saw other than Harlem Heat getting beat by that racist? I guess that wasn't really a
That big
surprise.
no.
No, I
Not
mean,
that big a surprise.
like I said, this time it was. I think the teams that were in the second round all deserved to be there. So
Yeah.
I didn't have any
Any
beef with anybody.
surprises, Hutch?
Not really. I
No.
mean, I like the simulator.
Yeah, we know. We definitely figured that part out.
So
yeah.
just for the record, there's a match being simulated right now.
The Road Warriors versus the Nikolai Volkov,
Yep.
the Iron Sheik. We're gonna let this as we're gonna let that start as the WCW NWA Saturday Night 605 music starts
Iron
to play
Sheik
us
just
out.
caught a clothesline from Animal. Just saying.
Of course he did. Yes, and he's gonna get pinned too. That's what's going to happen. So. Again, if you're on the YouTube version of this, or if you're listening on the podcast version, I would definitely suggest going over to the YouTube version so you could see the simulator running the matches, and you won't have to see us like sitting there watching the screen like something barely to
Like
talk about.
being confused, like
Yeah, it's like
what's
what's
going
going on? Like, oh shit, who got lariated? So yeah, that's what I would suggest to go to the YouTube, and that YouTube's at Brothers Comics. So. Come on, man.
What's the result for?
Still going.
He's still going.
19th minute.
That's what I was saying. Yes. 19 minutes. Can you see that's capped? There's no way those dudes could go 19 minutes.
Volkov's on the outside being counted out right now.
There we go.
You made it in?
That's it. What? Look at this.
Road Warrior Hawk's outside now.
If he gets counted out, again, there is a path to the Road Warriors losing.
He made it in.
Okay. Of course he did. There is a path. How'd you?
Road Warrior Hawk attempting the pin off a net breaker. Volkov kicks out. 28th minute, 29th minute.
Time limit draw.
Hawk attempting a pin. Volkov's outside. Oh, Road Warrior Hawk's outside. Time limit
They better
draw.
get back in. Of course. Who wins on points?
281 to 203. Road Warriors take it.
So
I can
we're
go
covered.
with that. So you know what? Hey,
Again, there is a path for them not winning it. It's just, do we trust it? That's basically it.
Dude, the
Yeah.
computer
if
this was against Promoter's Dream, Iron Sheik and Nikolai Volkov, which were not strong. So
No.
yeah, so we know.
Hodge, what were you saying? If there's
I'm saying, is there a chance in Hades that you will let the Road Warriors lose to or the
the
Steiners?
Steiners?
that's got to go to
Again,
the simulator. I can't
yeah,
make a
we've
strong
literally
case that
watched that.
yeah.
Yeah, we've literally watched the Steiners beat them.
Mm.
Literally.
And do we
So,
start having cage matches now? So no more DQ bullshit.
has that been a
Well,
DQ?
we take the time limit off, I think,
Yeah.
at least.
Oh well, that's
Yeah.
fine too. Whatever.
That's fine. All right, y'all. So we'll be back for part 3. It's 3-3. And get us down to our championship winner. I have no idea, to be honest with you. I probably would think the Road Warriors would win, but I could be surprised. I'm not against it. So yeah, y'all. So again, as the WCW NWA 605 music plays us out, I'm the producer of this podcast. I'm signing off. Go ahead and sign off, Magnum BB.
All right, see you next time.
Hutch, do not watch Ring of Honor or Battle of the Belts, sir.
I
If
don't
you
watch.
watched
I don't watch
AEW,
none of this.
you would
This
never.
is this is
You will.
just a this
It,
is just a whatever. I
I'm
don't watch
just saying,
this stuff.
we would have to, honestly, to get you to watch that, we would have to do some Clockwork Orange shit to like pry your
There,
eyes
I'll just
completely
take my
open.
eyes out
To like,
myself.
just to pluck. We
I'm
would have to like
there's
do that
some
for you to sit through it, because you would
there,
just
there
it's so
there's
far
some.
off of what you think wrestling is. You couldn't do it.
I'd rather do some 10th grade remedial French
Mm.
than watch some this 21st
Bad
century
wrestling.
wrestling.
Yeah. So, all right, y'all. We'll see everybody next week. Bye. Peace, everybody.
AI for life. Allen Iverson. Yeah.